Yo, humans and extraterrestrial beings. It is I, Senaar, and today we're back with Chants of Senaar. I realized that there were two places I hadn't yet gone with my new warrior disguise, which were going backwards from before I got that disguise, or going to the other side of that locker room where I was brutally bonked many times. So I'm going to do my best to navigate back to that locker room and then see if I can check out the other side now that I have this disguise. Hopefully everybody wears the same uniform and that, not missing anything there. But okay, let's check that out. I'm hoping the reason I'm going to try to do that is I just want to see if that helps us validate some more of the warrior glyphs, because we have a few puzzles that we have access to. But I just feel like with what we know currently, we can't really solve them in a way that's efficient. So let's see. Please do not let this begin another series of me getting bonked. Okay, we're good. Guards. These two do not want to talk. Okay. So now we get to explore this disguise. Ah, we're back to this statue. Interesting. So this is how everything connects. But now we can kind of walk around with a bit more access. Do I understand more of this now? Okay. Warrior something something. Then we can rotate it to see different portions of it. Maybe I'll just try rotating it all the way, just to see if that helps me out. Warrior culture seems like it's very steeped in tradition, rituals. Can be similar, can be said about the devotees and their religion. But we didn't get to see too many religious rituals when we were down on the bottom level. Maybe we'll get to see that as we go further up towards the top. So do I have to do this and then this to rotate it? Is that right? How many sides are there? Is it just... There's 3 sides. So this is the side. The warrior carries the duty. Ah. Okay. And then... Okay. And then we do get a new page from that. I was curious. Okay. That's what we think monster is. But we don't get access to any new symbols to validate. We just get the prophecy. This is going to be important. Oh, never mind. Okay. Perfect. If only I noted which one I thought was the music, because there was a statue in that Hall of Heroes that I was describing, which I thought was music of some kind, but I didn't theorize it. Let's see. I think that's monster. Carries the duty. So maybe these two, if I had to, like, but yeah, some variation of these two maybe. And then was it this one? I think. Wow, first try, nice. Protect chosen impure. It's not monsters, so it is symbolic, which is worse. Definitely worse than if there were actual physical manifestations of evil or monsters. Impure implies that it's kind of a choice. Yep, the warrior protects the chosen. The warrior pushes back the impure. The warrior carries the duty. So what this makes me think is that they decided recently that the devotees were impure and can no longer proceed further up this mountain? Man-made mountain that we find ourselves at? Okay, that's already a great step into understanding more of this language and hopefully solving some puzzles. But now, I guess I can try to go a bit further back and see if there's just any other breadcrumbs that I missed. Like this area. What is the deal with this? Can I join the procession? Warriors, march. Can I not join? What if I, like... Yeah, there's one extra today. Sorry, they didn't quite calculate everything correctly. Ah, no, I can't. I cannot. Alright. So maybe there isn't as much to explore as I originally thought, but that's also kind of a good thing. Now I can go down here. Nice seeing everything translated. Anything else going on? Not really. Alright. So we'll continue here. Let's see, I'm trying to remember all these different areas that we've kind of walked through. And then we're back all the way here. Okay. So now we've gone full circle. Oh, but where does that go beyond that warrior? Okay, wait, I don't know. I don't remember where that goes. Let me double check. Sorry, I have to just take the elevator one more time. Okay, so a few different puzzles to solve. There's some things we don't know just yet in the crypts, like that underground catacombs-like area we saw. And then there's the bellman puzzle with the rating of different things, like boat, things like that. Alright, yeah, this is the area. I just want to double check what's up here now that this guy doesn't get really mad at us. But we've been up here. And this is the beginning of that. Okay. Alright, things are making sense. So that's good. Feels like we have a better sense of the area now. So now we can proceed and just check out some different puzzles with the additional knowledge we now have. Alright. Do I need to review this dialogue? This is just the same three, what's the word, like, lessons that they follow? Yes, yes, okay. No problem. Fully brainwashed, it seems. Do I now understand the sword? Let's check that out. The impure ones await death. Plural warrior wait. Plural chosen. Okay. We don't know what that symbol is yet. I don't know what you describe this area as. And then there's that symbol again. So where does that symbol... I feel like this is an area I'm gonna get hit. But I do kind of want to go through... Oh, I can't carry a weapon, that's right. It's okay. We'll fill in the gaps on that symbol. Unless that goes down to the barracks. I'm trying to remember the different paths that we have available to us. Alright, so I can put the sword down here. Fortunate thing is I just have to wait all the time for them to get back. I'd love to. No, I can't march right now. But does that mean I need to go through the whole trolley rigmarole again? Or does it think since I did it once that I'm good? Hopefully. Oh, no, wait. Not yet. Okay. Hop back on the line. Check the journal. We're doing pretty well on the symbols. Over halfway now. So I should be able to have a better understanding of the bellman's book. Wow. Oh man, I really do have to do this again. Alright, now let's see. This symbol is Almost like the lower hall then. Let me just see one more time. This symbol. Go with history for now. Because it seems to describe their origin story. Is that... maybe that's boat. Let's go for that for now. Because we know boat is going to be relevant some way. Okay, this is giving me ideas. So maybe the bells, they had nothing to do with the rankings, but the order that things happened. So boat first. Then these are the chosen ones. Boat, chosen ones. Plural warrior. Build. Build something. Which symbol was build? This? Yeah, one of those two. So it's like an arrow down with like some curves and then a triangle. So either this is build or the arrow down is build. But I'm gonna go with this for now. Then I don't know. However, this is a shot in the dark, but just to give some ideas. And then sorry, we have the duty of the warrior. Push back the impure ones. And then this does go down into the crypts. Okay. So let's see if we have any more knowledge of this. Remember there being something about a key down here? There's the torch. Still does not make a great amount of sense. And this casts different dots of light everywhere. Interesting. I wonder if we're missing the key to this. The catalyst to do anything with these four. There's no symbols associated with them, it doesn't seem like. When I do that, it doesn't seem to do that much. And then there's another door that goes further into the history. Oh, I wanted to look at the glyph above the door, but pretty sure that glyph we said was history. Okay. Yeah. Nothing with that yet. Going to look down here one more time. More urns. The central pillar, which now I know what this does. Okay, this must spin the entry of the thing above us. So what does that do though? Yes, it does. So is the idea... Okay, ideas are forming. Bear with me. I'm going to spin it 2 more times and see. I'm full. I'm going to spin it 2 more times and see if that just makes it completely opposite of what it was when we found it. And then we have to play with the light. I see there's different symbols, different amount of dots. So I'm not sure what directly corresponds with what yet. That looks kind of like a boat. That looks maybe like the scales. So okay, we're just going to try rotating it 2 times. But I think we have this one figured out, maybe. Okay. We are scared of the dark, though, so we need to bring that with us everywhere. Hopefully 2's enough. Let's try that. Maybe 1 more. Oh, and there is a pedestal in here. Some kind. Yeah, maybe 1 more. Okay. Yeah, there's a pedestal in there. Maybe I have to spin all the way around. Can I do it with 1 hand? Nope. Not that strong. Just just a lowly human slash man. Or maybe I'm a chosen one. And now I can do this? Awesome. Okay, we go further. Perfect. Whoa. Okay. Treasure, and then that is one of, okay, so that's going to be one of these two, either build or tower. I think is going to be that one there. Treasure. Maybe this one? Maybe it implied treasure room? Then the symbol on the right. What is going on with that? Because we already know what chosen... We already know what the chosen ones are. Maybe it's this one? No. Let me just try switching these two. Curiosity. Not yet. Okay. Let's explore a little bit. So what else is down here? What is all this? Is this memory game? No, there's only one of everything. Me too. Really. Oh, that looks like it could be important. Okay, so we can push the cart to go up and down to look at different items. We don't know what items we need yet. Another hamster wheel. And then there's these 4 items here. Do I have to do like Indiana Jones exchange for them? Their match? Just going to take everything in first. Okay, new symbols. Unreadable to help. Unreadable. Searches to help. And then that top. That person there might be the 3rd faction, that like scientist faction. We are 1 symbol away from having all of the warrior language in some form. Yep. Okay, so this is the same as the shield. There's direct translations. So we're gonna, okay, we can do that, and then we can kind of process of elimination the last symbol. So let's just take a look one more time at the relief here, or whatever you'd call this, tablet. So blank, searches blank, help, that seems a 1-to-1. So the treasure chest tilted should be help. Yes, that one there. Okay. Which I believe is this. And then one more look. Yes, searches might be the other square with the other little square in it. Okay. This, and then this one? Okay. Help, seek, scientist. I got it. I got it on the nose. Nice. Okay, that's that. I'm really curious about them and their role in this. Scientist searches to help. Blank searches to help. Yep. Alright. Now we're getting a lot more info. And there's an elevator further down. Before I go down, I just want to see if this is like Indiana Jones, where you have to swap the items for their duplicate. So there's a horn on the bottom right here with like a copper/gold rim. Is that also here? Yes, on the top shelf of this one. How high do I go? It has no power because of the hamster wheel. Yep. Oh boy. Okay, let's just see if we're right. If it doesn't work for the horn, I will just go downstairs and we can check that out first. Oh gosh, I'm stuck. Okay, here we go. Okay. Nah, he doesn't want anything to do with it. Okay. I don't know all the crumbs yet for this puzzle, so we're gonna have to come back to it. we're going to go downstairs. Oh, upstairs. Oh, where does this go back to? And we get the sword back. Oh, this goes back here. Okay, so everything's connected. All right. So we have some more info. I think maybe now it's time we go back to the bellman. Do we fully understand this? Plural warrior wait boat, plural chosen, the impure ones await death. So maybe we're waiting for bellman awaits the bottle. I get the joke. Okay. So it's a joke about what everybody's waiting for. So we're waiting for the boat to maybe like Valhalla or like Warrior Heaven? I don't know. To the next place. Let's go back up here real quick. This was the observatory. Okay, is anything else going on here? Now that we've solved some things, we cracked a few things? Not yet. Okay. So I imagine what we need. History. I don't know if that's right yet. Maybe we need something that looks like that from down in the treasure room. I didn't look with a detailed eye to see if there was something of that shape there. I do kind of want to go back to the bellman now that we know a lot more of the language. Let's take a look. Which way was the bellman? That is the question. No, not that way. On the right is the treasure room. So it's got to be one of these paths branching off from here. Maybe up there? Or is this the Hall of Heroes? Kind of. Yeah, I think that's what this is. Okay. Well, it's good we're taking another glance at everything now that we understand a lot more of the language. This goes to both, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it goes to both the Hall of Heroes and the Bellman. So let's take a quick stop. This is what I think it is. This was the Bellman. Okay, that's fine. We wanted to go here. Still can't talk to the Bellman. Wish we could. Let's see how much we understand of this journal now. Boat duty. Wait, what? We don't understand a single one of those words? Oh no. Boat sun, boat plural chosen, boat moon. Okay. Interesting. So, and then what page? We need to figure out what this page is. What is going on in that image on the right? Like a voice? Projecting a voice? Okay. More questions. This symbol comes up a lot. The one that I think means boat. Okay, so no closer to unraveling that. Balance. Boat balance harp key. Or lead. What did I say? Leader last time? The chosen ones had. So the boat came first. Then the chosen ones. Balance, I'm not sure about. Yeah. Is that more? Oh, can I not actually flip the lever? Do I have to have all of these in a spot? Or... No, I can't actually even flip the lever, so... Not sure yet. Okay. I think I'm gonna brainstorm for a second. Okay. That was fortunate. All right. So I figured that the one on the bottom left was treasure just because it led us into eventually led us into the room with all the different artifacts that we don't quite understand yet. And then this was either this one or that down arrow with the curves was going to be build or fortress. And then call. I know I saw the symbol a lot in this book. So I just kind of went for that. Call of Duty reference? Wow. Okay. Call of the Sun, Call of the Chosen Ones, Call of the Moon. They all say different things that we don't know yet. Alright. Feels good to be a step closer, though. So now that leaves just those symbols in the journal that we don't fully understand. We're going to stop at the Hall of Heroes, and then I have one last theory I want to do before hopefully we find out the last piece that we need to move everything forward. I am not a chosen one. The warrior carries a weapon. Is this just the mantras again? Warrior not. So that could be fear. Something like it. Where is this last symbol that we don't know yet? Oh, it didn't go through. These are the chosen ones? Chosen, carry, possess. And then this, which one is it? Yeah. Like, this one could be the instrument. Okay. That's helpful. The warriors await the call of the chosen ones. Interesting. Interesting. So that's how we have to get further up. So we have to figure out how to maybe recreate the call of the chosen ones to get to the next stage of the game. That's my theory for now. Okay. So we got a few other ideas for the words we don't have unlocked. There is one symbol that we don't have, which I feel like is what's holding us back. So I wonder how we're going to figure that out. I was thinking of maybe going back to the fast travel terminal and seeing if we can do anything about that. Nah, that didn't. Nothing really cracked with that either, so we're going to go back. Oh, I think I figured something out. Alright, so I was talking about how in the observatory there was that lens that we needed, and I didn't look quite closely enough at this wall. And looking at it now, there is one that looks just like the space that would fit that lens. So sorry if anybody was yelling at me, but I think this is the answer we needed to move forward. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Nice. Yep. Okay. Alright, we got there. We got there in the end. Nice. Alright, so now I have to rush over to the observatory and then we get to see what that does. Awesome. Super excited about that. Warrior disguise. Away! I went the wrong way first. Now, warrior disguise. Away! Alright, we made it. Let's see. Can we see what this does? Now we can look out at the sun. These are the symbols we don't yet know. Maybe? One of them looks familiar. Right? Yeah, this is the top left one. This is the bottom left one. This is the one on the bottom right. And this is the one on the top right. Oh boy. So what does that tell us? Hmm. Oh, and that was the hint that the lens was in the treasure room. Did not catch that at first. These are all stars. What does this mean? I'm starting to understand. So, there's 5 symbols which correspond to the bells, and based on how you do it, that's the melody that the bells will play. And these, what I understand the symbols to mean is the order in which they go on the kind of bell puzzle meter. So the only one that I feel confident about is the lyre. And then the last one maybe is the key. So one of them represents scales, key. Maybe there was something I missed that gave me an idea about the shape. That could also, but that could also be, that symbol was used under the Hall of Heroes as well. So one of these is key. One of them is, so I guess we can kind of play around with it now that we have an idea. But what I don't, the last thing I don't get is that there's only 4 bells, right? But there's 5 symbols. Maybe there's not. Maybe there's not. I'm overthinking it. There's 4 stars, which correspond to this, which correspond. It's all connected. So one of them is boat, one of them is key, one of them is scales, and one of them is the lyre. The only one that we are confident about is the lyre, but maybe we can use that as a springboard point to just try to get one of these melodies to work. So where does lyre go in all of these? This one has 2 lyres, so maybe that'll make it easier. Yeah, this one is probably the easiest to start because it has 2 repeating symbols. So it depends on what this symbol is really. What do we think this is? The scales, maybe? This one I think has the least amount of combinations for us to kind of play around with the bells. So, and then this one comes first, right? Yeah. So this is either key. So this is key and boat. We don't know which one, but that's fine. I think this is actually going to work, theoretically. And of course I didn't save it. I didn't save that either. Okay, so we're thinking this is scales. It's just going to take some guesswork, but guesswork is what we have right now, so we're gonna go for it. Also, potential new theory. Maybe the lizards are spies of the scientists? Could still be God, though. Not ruling that out. So, key or boat. Scales, scales, leer, leer. And then I guess the other two, like the other symbols don't get used. Or the one symbol wouldn't get used for this one. Okay, let's see if we get lucky first try. Key, scales, scales, leer, leer. So let's reset everything. So key, scales, scales, leer, leer. Doesn't want to do anything with that. So then we just change the first one to boat. Doesn't want to do anything with that. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys. I wasn't flipping the lever. That was the issue. I had it right, I think. Maybe? Of course I picked the wrong one. That's okay, it respawned me here. Guys, we did it. We cracked the code. I was just so silly that I didn't realize that you had to be in the console to flip the lever. They're not separated. Because of course, why would they be? That's insane. Alright. This is it. We're doing the Call of the Chosen Ones right now. So in that case, because or I got bonked because I did it wrong. Okay, that's also possible. Oh boy. Scales, leer, key, boat, key. Scales, leer, key, boat, key. I definitely got bonked because I did it wrong. Oh no. Well, at least now we have an idea. Scales. So scales, leer, key, boat, key. Oh, I did it again. Have to flip the lever in here. All right, let's see. See if we can get some magic to happen. Oh my god, we did it! Let's go! I can move. I was just so mesmerized by the fact that we figured it out. The bellman like freaking out? Yeah, I would be too. You're gone. Okay. So how do we validate those glyphs then? I guess later on. So what did that... Everybody's rushing. Oh, this is so cool. Wait, so... Question. This might be dumb, but if everybody's rushing, does that mean that I get to go further up? Is that my idea? Was it a distraction? Or am I supposed to follow the masses? Let's see. Are the elite guards still here? They're not, so we can go further up to the chosen ones. I hate that symbol on the right. Okay. The drawing, I mean, why did I draw that? That's fear, right? No? What is that? What is happening? Hmm. Is that one? Weird. Okay. Let me just take a look at this quickly. Ah, and this new symbol. It's not it. Hmm. Okay, so now we have all the symbols of the warriors. That's amazing. Yeah. I think that's build. I feel like that's leer. So, 'cause that's what it corresponded to on the bells. Hmm. Okay, so one of the other ones is wrong. Maybe this. It's gonna like three symbols. Oh wait. Change that. Hmm. Oh, maybe I should have waited to do that. Sure, that's fine. We're going up to the chosen ones. Oh, we've entered the new area. Okay. All right. I'm going to quickly ponder on these symbols. Oh my goodness. That took way too long. So I realized I think what was causing me so much trouble was that I thought that the picture was originally the instrument, the lyre, but it was pointing to the gaseous cloud created when you create music. So it was music. I knew this one was fear. That was what my theory was, and I knew this one was build. I just struggled for far too long to figure that out. Okay. But I came back to the Hall of Heroes even to look at the statues again because that hurt my brain. But with that in mind, I am out of time for this episode. In the next episode, I will theorize on if we press into the garden or if we go follow the masses to see if we can finalize these last few symbols we have left for the warriors. I am excited to continue unraveling this mystery, and I hope you are as well. So until next time, I'll see you.